Good evening. This is Akashvani Kohima, reading you the news. I am Matsina. The headlines. 18th G20 Summit successfully concludes in New Delhi with India handing over the presidency to Brazil. Indian Space Research Organization successfully conducts third earthbound orbit-raising maneuver of its solar mission Aditya L1. Bharat 6G Alliance and Next G Alliance sign MOU to explore collaboration opportunities. And second session of 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to begin from tomorrow. Discussion on Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2023, UCC and ULB to be taken up during the 3-day session. Now the news in detail. The 18th G20 Summit successfully concluded in New Delhi today, with India handing over the presidency to Brazil. In the closing ceremony, Prime Minister Narendra Modi handed over the ceremonial gavel to the President of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Speaking on the occasion, Modi expressed confidence that under the presidency of Brazil, the G20 would be able to achieve common goals. He also proposed that one virtual session of G20 Forum may be conducted at the end of November to review progress of the agenda decided on this summit. After receiving the gavel, the Brazilian president said that in the present world, wealth is more concentrated while millions of human beings still go hungry. He underlined the need to address the issue of inequality in income, healthcare, education, food, and gender. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi chaired the session, namely One Future, where he emphasized on the need of the hour being to look beyond the idea of global village and make the vision of global family a reality. India's first solar mission, Aditya L1, has successfully performed the third earthbound maneuver early this morning. Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, said the third earthbound maneuver was performed successfully from ISTRAC, Bengaluru, ISRO's ground stations at Mauritius, Bengaluru, SDSC, SHAR, and Port Blair tracked the satellite during this operation. ISRO added that the next maneuver is scheduled for September 15th. The satellite will travel on earthbound orbits for 16 days, during which it will undergo 5 maneuvers to gain the required speed to reach its destination. A Memorandum of Understanding MOU to explore collaboration opportunities on 6G wireless technologies in India and other parts of the world was signed between Bharat 6G Alliance and Next G Alliance on an initiative of the Alliance of Telecommunications Industry Solutions, ATIS. The MOU was signed by Bharat 6G Alliance Chair N.G. Subramaniam and President and CEO of ATIS Next G Alliance, Susan Miller. The MOU will facilitate aligning research and development priorities that support common 6G vision and creating secure and trusted telecommunications as well as resilient supply chains. Speaking on the occasion, N.G. Subramaniam said that India had a vision for the empowerment of the society at large and the next generation 6G will further enhance the quality of life. CEO Susan Miller said that they see the agreement with the Bharat 6G Alliance as a critical link in advancing in the development of the global 6G mobile wireless ecosystem. The fourth day of the second session of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly will begin from tomorrow. The 3-day sitting will witness discussion on matters of urgent public importance. Other businesses include obituary reference, question hour, reporting on assent to bills, introduction of government bills and government resolutions, laying of annual administrative reports, laying of reports, rules or regulation, and presentation of Assembly Committee reports. There will be a recess on Wednesday. It may be mentioned that the state government had earlier stated that issues on Uniform Civil Code, Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2023, and urban local bodies elections will be taken up in the scheduled assembly session. This is a news broadcast from Akashvani Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today held a series of bilateral meetings with the heads of the state of France, Germany, Turkey, Canada, South Korea, and the President of the African Union on the sidelines of the G20 Summit in New Delhi today to discuss a series of issues. During the meeting, Prime Minister Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron have reviewed the progress in bilateral relations since their last meeting in July 2023 in Paris. They also exchanged views on important international and regional developments. According to the joint statement, both India and France decided to carry forward their discussions on India-France partnership in the Indo-Pacific region and Africa, including infrastructure, connectivity, energy, biodiversity, sustainability, and industrial projects. BJP National President J.P. Nadda has congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the country's successful G20 presidency. In a social media post, Nadda has also expressed his happiness over the adoption of the New Delhi Leaders' Declaration at the summit. He said, "It is a path-breaking move which brought major world powers to a consensus on pertinent issues of geopolitics and climate." Meanwhile, Confederation of Indian Industry (CII) congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi on achieving such strategic and wide-ranging global outcomes through the G20 dialogue for major global outcomes. CII President R. Dinesh, in a detailed statement on New Delhi Leaders' Declaration, said that India's G20 presidency effectively reoriented the global economic approach towards inclusive and sustainable growth to meet the needs of the global south while addressing economic challenges. The Angami Students' Union Shillong held its 55th Freshers' Day Meet 2023 at Naga Community Hall, Nongrim Hills, Shillong yesterday. Speaking at the meet as the guest speaker, Vice President of BJP Nagaland, Kevidezo Peter Rutsa, exhorted the students that studying should be their foremost priority, adding that time and tide waits for no man, while age is not always on one's side. President of Angami Krotho Shillong, Kresanisa Rutsa, in his exhortation, urged the students to be a good ambassador of Angamis as well as Nagas. On the occasion, Palelubi Kehyo and Malavino Solo were crowned Mr. and Miss Freshers respectively. The celebration was marked by performances from special guest artist Mengu Sokre, while speech on behalf of the freshers was presented by Vikehenyo, Kenguruse and others. Nagaland Wushu Association will be conducting its annual general meeting under the aegis of Nagaland Olympic Association on September 27th at the residence of its president in Kohima. A press release from Nagaland Wushu Association said that the meeting will deliberate on promotion of wushu discipline in the state at the grassroots level and also discuss for state-level championship with the affiliated association from all the districts of Nagaland. Therefore, all the district presidents of Wushu Association and General Secretary are requested to attend the meeting. Meanwhile, a state-level coaching and judges seminar will be held on September 28th and 29th, which will be conducted by NIS Wushu coach Gabriel Camo. The association have also asked all the affiliated districts to send at least 2 candidates to attend the coaching camp. India Meteorological Department has predicted light, moderate scattered to fairly widespread rainfall, thunderstorm with isolated heavy rainfall activity very likely over Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura during 10th to 14th of this month. Meanwhile, Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. To end the news, here are the headlines again. 18th G20 Summit successfully concludes in New Delhi with India handing over the presidency to Brazil. Indian Space Research Organisation successfully conducts third Earth-bound orbit-raising manoeuvre of its solar mission Aditya L1. Bharat 6G Alliance and Next G Alliance sign MOU to explore collaboration opportunities, and second session of 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to begin from tomorrow. Discussion on Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2023, UCC and ULB to be taken up during the 3-day session. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a good night.